Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Sunnybrook 27 RKFS fifth wheel. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, there's plenty of room for that awning. Make sure you send you a separate video on how to open up a manual awning. Pretty easy. On your off campsite, besides your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. The power is going to be right here, water is going to be right above it. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook, we're going to unhook your hitch. So extend, we'll raise these landing legs. Retract, we'll lower them. Get that up, get your vehicle up out of the way, and then just use extend to go ahead and get your unit level. I would just stick a level inside that compartment right there. Run that out till your unit's level. Once your unit's level, we'll go ahead and stabilize it. All right, you're stabilizing jack crank. You're gonna have this little hook on it. Stick it right in the middle. Stick that out the side, and start cranking these down. As I crank them down, I'm gonna recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads will protect the feet of your stabilizing jack from dirt, debris, top black top. Better distribute your weight. Take and run them down just until they're taut. Remember, we don't want to lift the unit. Our unit's already level. We just want to run them down until they're taut. Once it feels like you're nice and tight, our unit's level and stable. Put them down on both sides. Once we got them done, we can go ahead and hook up our power and water. Your power cord stores inside here. So if you just pull it out, 30 amp plug in somewhere. You do have a 30, I've never seen one of these here, but a 30 to 110 amperage reducer here. In case you need to plug into a 110 at home. Get your power hooked up, let's hook up your water. Now at campsites, you're gonna hook up over here on the potable water side here. This is your city water connection. Hook your hose up. I do recommend getting a water pressure regulator. Hook your hose up. Before you turn your hose on, let's find your hot water heater. Coming over to your campsite, here's your hot water heater. Now we're going to do, at this point, make sure our drain plug's back in. Get that in there nice and snug, then you can turn that hose on. As the hose has been on for a few minutes, we're going to come up inside here and open up your slides. Come here to slide power, make sure it's on. And we're just going to hit out. The main reason I want to open up these slides is we want to get into our water. Get into our kitchen, turn on our sink, our bathroom, turn on our sinks, our showers. Get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Then you can shut them off. And that's all you have to do really for your city water. While we're here, I'm going to go ahead and continue running this slide out. I'm just holding the out button. All right, she's out. Now let's say we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna hook up at a campsite. We're gonna go dry camping. In that case, we'll fill up our freshwater tank, which is over here to the right of our hot water heater. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose, gravity fill this. Way to tell it's full is there's an overflow valve right here. Once that's full, put that back on, and then whenever you want to utilize your water, you'll turn on your water pump inside. Don't turn on your water pump and hooked up to the city water on the other side. That's already pressurized. All right, we're all set up to camp. We got our power and water hooked up. Go ahead and walk you through the rest of the unit. I'll continue on this campsite here. Again, our hot water here. A couple of 110s. Our fresh water. Flue for your furnace. A couple things on that. Make sure it's never blocked. Steer clear of it. It does get hot. This is a access panel for your fridge. It's just a condensation tube. A vent for your microwave. Got a nice porch light. Again, I'll run you a separate video on running this awning out. Up here's where our propane is going to be. Design regulator. So be lefty loosey to open, and then just point this toward the tube that you, or the tank that you wish to be using. Big pass-through storage here. There's your awning crank. Going up front here is your battery. Check your battery post every now and then. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose going down the road. Coming over to our off-camp side. Again, we got our landing leg controls. This is just a vent for your batteries. The other side of our pass-through storage. Another light over here as well. Here's where you plug your cable in. Down below that is our, again, our water, our power. Down here's our dumps for our black and gray tanks. We'll talk about those when leaving the campsite. Another big storage area over here. Got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a few times a year, check the seams of your roof, and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. About covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. So coming up inside the unit, first thing I always like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with us knows that your fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway. Again, to our right is our control panel for lights, our slide control, slide power, grab handle light, ceiling lights, and porch light. Coming inside, we got a smoke alarm here. Immediately to our left is going to be our thermostat. So I just had to make sure we were plugged in. So turn your AC on here. You hear that? Running good. Turn your furnace on. You have to crank the heat up here. And you hear that crank on. Now you'll notice when I shut the furnace off, it does take a few minutes for that to cycle through before it actually shuts off. Not as quickly as the AC. Down here in the corner, behind your chair, it's going to be a 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector, which means that is always running off your battery. So if you are dry camping, if you're going to be gone for the day, don't want that to run your battery down, go ahead and disconnect one of your battery posts before heading out. Fridge here, we'll turn that on here on the left. You've got auto, which means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're on gas, or make it strictly gas. Over here, 1 through 5 being the coldest. Also on that gas, if this light comes on, check your gas is low. We got a self-explanatory microwave. See that baby working real quick. Down here we got a fan and a light. Over our cooktop here, hit light. Get your spark, and there's your flames on those. All working. Now you will have to get down and light the pilot light for the oven. So back here, let's talk our hot water heater. So turn our hot water on. We're going to turn on our hot water heater here. We're going to step out to our hot water heater. We're going to turn this from off to on, and you'll notice, you see how that's kind of spring loaded? You want to hold that to the left and put your spark right inside there. You have to light that with a stick lighter. So hold that way, and then go ahead and set it to your desired temperature. Below that is checking the levels of our black and gray tanks. And there's your battery on the end. Here's where you turn on your water pump and using that fresh water. Lots of individual lighting, all hand lit up throughout the unit. These will just shut off by hand. Your sofa here will jackknife down into a bed. You do have setup for a TV. Just make sure when you do hook a TV up here, that before you run your channel scan for your antenna, you have that green light on. That's an antenna enhancer to allow you to pick up more channels. Up here's our sound system. Zoned, where's my zones at here? Right here. A and B. A is the bedroom, B is the living room, A and B is both. So lots of different presets on this. AM, FM, CD player, auxiliary, and our sound system. Coming in all the way here, here's your regular antenna. Make sure you crank that to the right. When you arrive, to the left as you come in. Our lighting up in here works. In our bathroom, we do have 110 with GFCI reset here. A little plumbing underneath here to maintain. Just keep an eye on it. Over on our toilet and shower side. In here, I want to show you is your breaker box. Do have a hand crank open power exhaust here, lighting here, some storage up underneath our bed. You are all prepped for a TV up in here as well. There's your cable 110. This is set up, make a nice little table for you. That about covers everything in here. So I'll show you the last of these lights working. I'm gonna act like I'm closing the unit up and start shutting off lights. So this thing is gonna drain your batteries going down the road. There's all this lighting. So walk through. Make sure your vent up there is closed. Walk through and shut off as much lighting as you can. Once all of our lights are off, we'll bring our slide in. So walk through the unit. I like to say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed, especially these. We don't need to rip that off because we've left this handle open and we close our slide up. Same thing down here. Any of these cabinets by the slides, make sure they are completely closed. Come to slide power on and just hit in. That's going to start bringing that slide in. Again, go through, make sure everything's battened down. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in. All of our property is safe for travel. So our unit's all the way in here. This would be a good point also to make sure that your hot water heater has shut off. That noise is just the slide mechanism saying I'm in all the way. Steps will fold up. And make sure you lock and deadbolt your door for travel. Okay, now if we're dry camping, we'll bring up our stabilizing jacks here. We're gonna get up underneath our hot water heater here. And if you can see a freshwater tank, there's your freshwater drain. Go ahead and dump that. Bring up your stabilizing jacks, hook up your hitch and head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever you need. If we're at a campsite, we're gonna hook our water, our power, our cable. Again, bring up them stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be in front of your tires. Sewage on the left, wastewater on the right. So pull that black handle on the left after you hook your sewage hose up. That's going to be your black tank. Once that is empty, go ahead and close the sewage up and then pull your wastewater. That's going to be your gray tank. Be the one on the right. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. When that's done, close that gray tank, close that sewage hose up, store it in a sanitary place like your bumper, hook up your hitch and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Sunnybrook for many years to come. Happy camping.